Hey everybody, it's Jenny, aka Cook Dizzle. I'm coming at you today with a little cooking video. It's really for my husband, but if you want to try it out, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to run you through, I'm going to run you through how to make the sweet potatoes, the broccoli. This goes for any vegetable, and all vegetables that I cook, they just turn out to be perfection, in my opinion. But you know, we all have different tastes. So what I'm going to do to start off with, Chris, is to set the oven to 350. It's very easy, and pardon the mess, I have a lot of spices and stuff. So we're going to press bake and start. Pretty easy. Pretty darn easy. So, of course, you get your cookie sheet. And the foil that I use, I don't use like regular foil. I had to go out and get some more last night. I do have another cookie sheet that I'm going to use. I have to wash it off because I had to have some broccoli and some Brussels sprouts yesterday for lunch. And Chris, a good way to know, a good thing to do is the non-stick. You don't really have to necessarily spray that foil when you get it. And there are two sides. I don't know if you can tell. This side is not as shiny as this side. I don't know if you could tell. But it reads non-stick. So you just put it on. Let me turn you around her, sorry. And put it on the tray. And then what I like to use is coconut oil spray. I got this from HEB. It's almost empty. Look, you can't hear nothing. And then you just spray the bottom. Okay? Woo! That was intense. Another favorite type of spray that I use is the Crisco butter spray. It just makes everything better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sweet potatoes, and I'm going to skin them and cut them. And I'm going to cut up my broccoli. I'm going to wash that pan. And then, Chris, I'm going to show you how I season it to make it so delicious. So I'll be right back. Alright, again, sorry for the mess. I've been a little bit busy. But I'm going to show Christopher how I cut up the sweet potatoes. I went ahead and just cut off the outside. Let's start with the ends. Get that little brown part off. And what you want to do, Chris, is you don't have to cut them that thick. I don't even know how wide that is. But you're just going to cut down a potato. If they seem a little too big, you can always cut them in half. But I like my sweet potatoes big. And you want them the same size. You don't want different sizes. You want them all the same size. And I'm going to cut them up. Okay, I'm just going to cut them up. The reason why I spread this spray on there is because I really only season one side. So you can crowd them on as much as you want, Chris. Just pile that on there. Just lay them out as close together as you want. And like I said, if you want them, you know, more of a bite size, you can cut them in half. And there you go. And I think I have room for about one more potato. One more. And then we'll work on the broccoli. Alright. So now I've got them all lined out. And you can put the thinner ones, the smaller ones, on the inside so that they don't get burnt so easily. You can kind of spread them out. That's about 2 potatoes. Caden flip-flops around these things. Sometimes he likes them, sometimes he doesn't. I am going to go and get a different spray, some more of the coconut spray, and I think I'm going to try avocado oil. And I'm going to try and find something that I can put the oil in so that I can spray it, because I don't really feel too comfortable using the Crisco butter flavor. But, so what I do, this is when I start to season it, just thin layer over the top. And I don't use regular salt. I don't really use a whole bunch of salt. I use popcorn salt. It's small, and You know, just sprinkle some salt on it. Okay? And then, the must-have for any meal that you cook, I don't care what it is, if it's ramen noodles or potatoes or vegetables or spaghetti or nothing, I put this in everything. I did go, last time I went to H-E-B, I did find the 25% less sodium. So, I don't really cook a whole lot with salt. I just sprinkle it a little bit on my vegetables. So, this is seasoning number 2. And you just sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. And you could leave it like this, and it would be fine. But, I also use garlic Parmesan. Popcorn seasoning is amazing for vegetables. It adds so much flavor to it. It makes everything just taste wonderful. And this one is my favorite. I use it on everything. I make tomato chips with it. I cook broccoli with it. I cook all sorts of stuff. And I cook all my vegetables this way, whether it's asparagus, broccoli, potatoes, whatever you have. And you could put as little or as much of this seasoning as you want to. Or you could just leave it, you can just leave it with a little bit of salt and nature seasoning. It's all wonderful this way. Okay? And there you go. I mean, like I say, you can add more or less to it that you want. But it all comes out fantabulous. So I'm going to say this. Alright. Sorry about that. My camera died. Alright. So now I'm going to show Christopher the way that I cut the broccoli. And of course, this is all preference. Okay. So this is the head. And if you look at the top part of it, it separates. So what I try and do is I try and make everything fall down. I try, it's alright, that's why I have dogs. I try to just cut along that, because I don't know, I'm not really huge on the stem part, although the other day I had more of a stem. And what you could do is you could clean off the leaves, trim it up with your potato peeler, cut it up and put it in the freezer and use this in smoothies, which I probably will do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up enough to fill up that small tray, and then I'll come back. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do, I bought some okra the other day when I went to H-E-B. So you can eat the whole thing. You can cook it and blah blah blah. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the ends off a little bit, and then I'm going to slice them in half. I'm just going to try this out, so I'm not going to cut up too many, because I just want to see how good they'll be when they bake up in the oven. Because raw okra it kind of has a little kick to it. But I love it. I love okra. I love cooking this, you know, slicing up fresh okra and putting it in my spaghetti. Or, you know, just steaming it and putting it in a salad. I don't eat raw okra. But any fruit or vegetable that you can eat fresh, do it, man. And I don't think I can put too much more on the tray. So I want to adjust, and then we'll go set up. Alright, so there is my tray of broccoli. This is a good amount of broccoli, and we eat broccoli on the daily. Christopher really enjoys my broccoli, and I thoroughly enjoy it. You can't go wrong with broccoli. So I'm going to season it just the way I did with the tomatoes or the potatoes. There you go, so I can figure out what I'm saying. And then I'm just using the butter, sprinkling a little bit of salt. And the thing I like about the popcorn salt is it's really thin, so a little bit goes a long way with that. And the nature seasoning. And also a thing is that Christopher and I really kind of like our stuff a tad bit on the burnt side. I mean, it doesn't come out charred, but it's really, we like the crispiness, especially when they're up like that. It's just wonderful. And that's my dog sniffing at the door. They've been eating the vegetables that fall onto the floor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. I'm going to put them in, set the timer for 30 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. And I am starving. I haven't eaten anything yet this morning, and it's almost 12. So I'll probably eat a banana before all of this is done, just so I have something on my stomach. So I'll check back with you when they're done, and I'll show you what my broccoli looks like. Okay folks, so here it is. They're all done and cooked up, and they're not crunchy. They're very soft. You can bend them, and oh my gosh, it's like heaven in your mouth. I'll try some of this okra, because I haven't baked okra yet. That's even better. Give it a shot. See how you like it, and tell me if you try it. I'm telling you, nature seasoning and the popcorn seasoning is amazing for baking vegetables. It's not just for your popcorn. Alright, I hope you guys have a great day, week, month, year, and check your boobs, check your bowls, and when life gets really overwhelming, just make some sweet potatoes. Bye!